So before we get into this reaction, I want to say there's been a little uptick in the traffic surrounding this channel. I just want to make sure you guys like the video, comment down below, and subscribe. It already helps out and is much appreciated. Now, without further ado, let's get into the reaction for Season 5, Episode 2 of My Hero Academia. Alright, so we right back where we was at the end of Episode 1 of this season. Okay, we didn't see this. Said, who that? Okay. So the theory goes that Dabi is Endeavor's son, right? And as far as we know, Dabi and Hawks are somewhat in cahoots. Now, we don't know the reason, but we do know that is the case. But let's get this opening rocking. Now, the last episode felt a little fillery. I guess they do that every season, you know, get us reminded of the characters and all that, because it is a lot of characters with a lot of different powers. So I guess they do that. But the end of the episode was, I can't even say it was a shocker. Because if you go back and watch that throughout that episode, I was saying there's something off about Hawks. I ain't know what it was, but I was saying pay attention to him. And lo and behold, so I don't know if Dabi's and Hawks' relationship transfers to the rest of the League of Villains, or is it just a specific relationship for them two? But we'll see. A lot was different from what you told me. Okay, so he is in cahoots with the entire League of Villains, but he's only directly in touch with Dabi. You're what? A traitor? Alright, so he's just being reminded of Snatch right here now that he's has some time to think at night, which is really insane, seeing this is someone he's killed. But Hawks, I wonder if Hawks is actually a traitor, or you know what they call it, a double agent. It'd be really interesting to see what Hawks' true goal is, because he keeps talking about this long-term goal. Oh my goodness, ew. You can Endeavor actually see. Endeavor really grown from season 1 to now. He's really grown as a character. So he is supposed to be a double agent. His boss is telling him to do this. But how did they? Because obviously Dabi doesn't trust Hawks either. How was Hawks able to get into contact with Dabi so easily? I guess the League of Villains would be willing to talk to someone as powerful and has as good of a court as Hawks, because he could be useful. Plus, Hawks does have classified information that they would want to know about. Damn, cat. Nah, say he's right. I Todoroki looks so unbothered by everything. See, this is a good thing. You gotta air things out sometime to begin the heal. Look, boy, I agree with what Natsu said. I still can't forgive you for what you did to Mom. I want to see how things go from here, because I know that something small can change a person. You going out there to him? Yo, Endeavor, you know what? I'ma say it. Endeavor is the best character in My Hero Academia right now. It's Endeavor. And I don't even think it's that close. He's had the largest progression from his complex dealing with All Might for all them years to All Might going down and him taking the place of the #1 hero, because All Might simply had to retire because he lost his power. He didn't want to gain it like that. He wanted to earn it by taking All Might's place when All Might was still in his prime. And then you got the family stuff where he done put his wife through so much that she done had mental health problems, and now she's in an asylum. his sons and daughters are having problems, having trouble with relationships because he done shunned a part of his family for simply not having the power he desired. Shoto, burnt by his own mom because of the trauma you put his mom through. Overworked, forced to become a hero when he already wanted to be a hero. And for Endeavor to be making this growth to not only try to atone for what he did, but to be sure to say, I'm not going to ask for their forgiveness, because he understands that the stuff he did for a lot of people could be unforgivable. What Endeavor is content with right now is that he's at least trying to heal and build up his relationship with his family, and there's nothing more you can ask for from a man like that. Endeavor is the best character in My Hero Academia right now. Period. Okay. Did you have to tell us you didn't bathe? Like, was that important? These are the previous users. Yeah. Of One for All. Some of these guys look bad. Like, what is this right here? This yellow guy. And this dude here look like he's a Naruto character. Very interesting. Wasn't this All Might's mentor? I forget her name. These guys look interesting. And then you got the silhouettes over there. Who's saying that? Ah, so we're never going to see this guy's eyes. This music, like some real dark opera. Okay, so before we continue this is one thing I want to say about the My Hero Academia world and why it's able to build upon this quirk system that the author has created. Like he said, this man was born with that ability when his fangs do not stop growing. And he say he's the guy who takes care of his elderly parents, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you can call it racism, but it's definitely some form of discrimination happening depending on what court you're born with, simply. Guys are looked upon as monsters and things like that. Even that hero that looked like a killer whale. It's like a shark. The way they used him for a villain just because of the way he looks shows that there's a dynamic in My Hero Academia where people are born looking a certain type of way, when people are born having a certain type of quirk, they are expected to live a certain type of life. Even the guy with the mind controlling powers, I forget his name, but Deku went against him in a tournament. They looked at him as he's supposed to, they say his powers are more fitting for a villain because he's able to control people and manipulate people in that way. But just because you were born with a certain power don't mean you're going to end up being a bad person. And I think that's what happens in My Hero Academia a lot. And a lot of times that be the reason why guys are pushed over the edge and become bad people or become villains. But All For One is using that as an excuse to just gain more power. Ah, the whole pain theory. Alright, hold up. Before he go charging in. All For One seems to be working off that whole pain theory where one great power can put the world at peace because of the fear of that mighty power. Damn, who that? Cabal?
Guys, relax.
Say you love someone but call them pitiful at the same time. Sheesh. Look at him. He's like a great emperor. A disgusting emperor. Like, I don't know, one of those guys who just have this influence for some reason, like Saddam Hussein or Hitler. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say those names, but that's the feeling All For One gives me. He's that disgusting. but for some reason he's able to get people to follow him. It's really weird how that works. Do they?